What's going on, guys? It's your boy Panda Man, and today we have another locals replay for you guys. Back at it again with another duel from Collectible Investments, playing against my boy Benjamin. And you already know what is going on my side of town. Starting off with the Pot of Extravagance, banishing 6 random, and we're gonna draw 2 cards. So good starting off when you see that as any type of, I'll say any type of control deck that just wants to draw 2 cards. If you really don't care about your extra deck, I feel like Pot of Extrav is really good. It does get kind of weird every once in a while, depending on what's in your extra deck as far as side deck, super poly, and punishment, stuff like that. But then we go ahead and get the Hidden City to search a Subterror monster. Go ahead and grab that Fiendus. Important and crucial card to the Subterror archetype. Go ahead and set a card. Could be anything, but obviously it is the Subterror Guru to go ahead and search any Subterror card from deck to hand. Go for the final battle. Such an amazing card for the deck. 5 effects, mainly 4, but it's 5. First effect to reset. Flip up a Subterror, flip down a Subterror, and add the defense to the attack to the defense, and then the last effect, which is my favorite, to make Subterror effects unaffected. And then we go ahead and reveal the Lord of Heavenly Prison. We set 2 and we pass it on to my man Benjamin. And Ben is playing, I believe, Branded. Goes ahead and normal summons the Aluber. Uses the effect of Aluber to search a card. Goes ahead and add Branded Lost. Branded Lost is pretty insane. Can't respond to the fusion summons effects. Negate the activation of fusion cards. I believe it's the either the effect or the activation. I think the only thing you can do, for example, for this moment right here, you see I had to ask because Branded Lost is a very, very powerful card. It reminds me of Invocation back when the Invoke deck was still going around. But Ash Blossom works pretty well, still being able to negate the Branded Fusion under Branded Lost. I believe that is the only way you're able to negate Branded Fusion, unless you have Fasodana or something, obviously. But, it's all good. The Ash just does wonders. And Ben goes ahead and activates the Fusion Field spell for the archetype. Allows him to fusion summon, I believe, once per turn. And you can Monster Reborn a level 8 or lower fusion if a monster on your side of the field is destroyed, I believe. So that's what Ben is going to do right now. Fusion summons with Aluber and Raw's Disciple to summon the Tax Dragon in defense mode. Whenever I activate any card effect, I have to do a maintenance cost of paying 600 life points. Something that gets really annoying when there are 2 on board. Just have to pay 1,200 every single time you need to activate a card. And you see he goes ahead and shotguns the Allure of Darkness. Go ahead and draw 2 cards and then banish a dark. And if you don't banish a dark, gotta send your whole hand to the graveyard. And Ben goes ahead and risk his all. Risk it for the biscuit. Discarded his hand, but it didn't matter. He goes ahead and banishes the Branded Banishment, I believe, trap card for the archetype in order to add back the Branded Fusion from graveyard, and passes it over to yours truly. Standby phase, the Lord of Heavenly Prison goes back to hand. Start a main phase, just activate it again to protect my set cards. And then I have to pay a maintenance cost of 600 life points in order to use Guru's effect to target himself and the Tax Dragon in order to set it face down. Because care about those life points, especially when going against Branded. They go ahead and summon 2 of those bad boys in one turn. I've seen a few people do it, not as much as back in the day when the deck first came out, but going into time, it is a card that can be very annoying in order to get effects off. But after Benjamin allows this to go through, something we're not going to have to worry about for a good little minute. Goes ahead and sets the card. I goof up with the life points, thinking that he didn't do it, and he already did it already. So Tax Dragon is going to head and go face down. We'll flip up the Guru again for my regular flip summon to search a Subterror card. believe we go for the Archer. Yep. Go ahead and get rid of that pesky Tax Dragon. Because I love my life points. I need to leave my life points alone. Benjamin has always been a bully, but it's alright. Might go ahead and normal summon the Archer here. Yep. And when Archer swings into a set monster and I control a Subterror monster, it can shuffle the monster back into the deck at the start of the damage step. So the monster won't be flip face up. Nothing will be able to activate. It just immediately goes back into the deck, or in this case, goes back into the extra deck since it is a extra deck monster. Benjamin looking through the extra deck. For what reason, I have no clue. Because at this point, buddy, you're just going to have to let it happen. Let it go through. I should start doing interviews with my opponents after the match to ask them certain questions like this. To ask, what were you thinking in this moment? It was at this moment he knew he messed up. But it is okay. I misplayed here. Went ahead and activated the Subterror Cave Clash. When I deal damage to my opponent, I can add a Subterror card from graveyard to hand. I forgot to do that before battle, but it is okay. Pass it on to my friend Benjamin, and you see he still had the Branded Fusion he added back last turn. Goes ahead and activate Branded Fusion. I do not have the Ash, and he summons the Libellion. Use the effect to fusion summon once more, and then use the effect of Branded Lost. When you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add a card, I believe, from deck to hand that mentions Fallen of Albaz. And he adds the Konkiri. Konkiri, I believe, if you have a fusion monster on board that mentions Fallen of Albaz and you activate a monster, spell, or trap, you can pitch it from hand to grave in order to negate that card. He summons the other Libellion fusion, uses the effect to discard a card from hand for cost in order to fusion summon again. Goes ahead and goes into the Mirror Jade here. Mirror Jade is another annoying card in this archetype. Sends a branded monster from extra deck to grave for a cost to banish a monster on field, non-targeting removal. And then when it's destroyed, or not even when it's destroyed, when it leaves the field, it can blow up all monsters on your side of the board. But after that, I go ahead and use the effect of Summon Limit to prevent Ben from going on any longer, because that is enough. I was sick and tired of it. I was done. No more. That is it. Benjamin is going to have to figure it out from now on. I believe here he declares the effect of the Mirror Jade to try and banish the Subterror Guru. And then from here, I attempt to negate that effect with Fiendus. He changed the Konkiri to try and negate the Fiendus, but I had the final battle to use the last effect to prevent the negation of my Fiendus from not being negated. Benjamin ponders his ways. He's thinking about it, asking for the 50th time, what does the final battle do? He lets it resolve. Final battle resets itself. Fiendus targets the Archer to set it face down to negate the effect of the Mirror Jade, so my Guru is safe. I believe Benjamin attempts to pass here on his end phase. I'll use the effect of Guru to target himself and the Mirror Jade to set both, just so I won't have to worry about Mirror Jade on my turn. Draw, going into standby main. I believe Benjamin has something in standby. Let's see what Benjamin has in store. Goes for the Trap of the Tricks. Banishes a normal trap from the deck in order to set it to the field. And for the rest of the turn, that is the only trap he can set. And Benjamin goes for the Eradicator Virus. A very powerful card. I believe you tribute a level 8 or higher dark monster with 2500 attack or more, and you declare a either monster, spell, or trap, and then your opponent won't be able to use that said spell, trap, or monster, spells, traps, or monsters, sorry, for 3 whole turns. So it'd be 6 turns total. A really, really dangerous and pesky card. And this is still in standby, sitting to wait to see what Benjamin does. If he's going to shotgun it now. In standby, the lore comes back to hand. Go for the Guru here. Flip up the Guru. Wait to see if Benjamin has a response. He allows the Guru to go through. Go ahead and search another Guru here. This is a total misplay on my part. I apologize to all my Guru fans out there. This was a crazy misplay on my part. Just go ahead and put it out there. I cheated, and I am sorry, and it will never, ever happen again. It was a very serious, intense game. It was round 3, and in the heat of the moment, went and grabbed a Guru off Guru. I wish it was that good, but unfortunately, folks, it is not. Go ahead and normal summon the Guru. And for those who are watching, yes, I am under summon limit, but since I use the effect of Hidden City to flip up the first Guru, it does not count towards summon limit. You can look it up. I bet you $50 I'm right. Go ahead and comment down below and let me know. Benjamin was trying to see that for himself as well. If you have something that can flip a monster face up, face down, it does not count for summon limit. Now, my 2 summons are up since I did flip summon Archer by herself, and I went and normal summoned the Guru that I searched off Guru. And then I go into battle here, and I'll go to shuffle the Tax Dragon into the deck. Well, not the Tax Dragon, the Mirror Jade into the deck with Archer. And then I go ahead and swing at the Lebellion, make it 3,400 to swing over the Lebellion, and then I'll declare an attack for 16 at Ben's life points. He's thinking here. He's using the effect of the field spell in order to special summon a level 8 fusion from the graveyard. I allow it to go through. And I still declare for the 16 because I got some spiciness for you guys. I use the effect of Guru to target himself and the Archer to flip them face down. Now the reason for this is because Cave Clash gives 500 attack for each set monster on the board. So in order to do that, he will target the Archer, set them both, giving me 2 set monsters, and it will give the other Guru an extra 1,000 attack points. So I'll be able to swing over the Lebellion. Ben goes Virus here, tributes the Lebellion, and I believe he calls traps. Yep, calls traps. He gets to see my hand, gets rid of the other summon limit. He already knew I had Lord in hand, and he had information about the pot of Extrav, which is fine. I'm surprised he didn't get rid of spells. Spells, I feel, for the Guru archetype is a little more important, but maybe in this situation, it was just something. I guess he just wanted to get rid of traps, because summon limit is pretty powerful. Main phase 2, go ahead and activate the Lord. While Benjamin calculates the life points. And then we use the effect of the Cave Clash. Since I dealt battle damage, I'm able to add a Subterror card from grave to hand, and we add the final battle. Go to main phase 2, activate Lord again, and we pass turn. So our 3 set cards are immune to destruction. Ben goes ahead and draws for turn. Checking the grave, seeing what's going on up in there. don't think he had anything at the moment. I know he had materials for another fusion. But he goes ahead and shotguns another Allure of Darkness. Ben going in with no fear. And gracefully enough, gets a Tragedy. Tragedy's effect when it's banished. I believe you can add a branded or Fallen of Albaz card. He adds one from deck to hand. Very, 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 very lucky on that one. Thought he was going to have to discard his whole hand again. Normal summons the Aluber. Use the Aluber effect to search the one and only branded fusion. And this branded fusion is sadly going to go through. A little wobble there. People bumping into the table. But he goes ahead and activates the branded fusion. I cannot negate this because, one, I don't have the Ash. Even if I had a Fiendus, wouldn't be able to use it. I didn't see his other fusion material there. He sends the level 4 dragon. Sorry, I forgot the name. But it is a walking super poly of normal summon. Discard a card and you can super poly the board. Really, really good. Fallen of Albaz. There we go. Fallen of Albaz. Really good card for the archetype. And sends an Egypt Chain. Not gonna lie, when this deck first came out and I saw the buyouts for Egypt Chain and Patchwork, I was very excited because I thought people were playing Fluffle. And they weren't. But it is okay. You branded players out there, it's alright. I've dealt with it for long enough. I'll let you guys have your fun for now. But after a while, man, the disrespect has to stop. You guys have to play Fluffles for once in your lifetime. Please, just for me. Fluffles is another deck that I truly love. And hopefully one day you guys will like it too. But Benjamin, after his fusion summon, he used the effect of Egypt Chain to search Patchwork. And Brandon Lost searches him another Albaz card. Uses the effect of the Abelion, discards a card to fusion summon, goes for another Mirror Jade here. Forgot the name of this card Benjamin is using right now, but it has an effect where it Foolish Burials a card, Fallen of Albaz, and or branded spell or trap, or I believe monster. I think it's spell or trap. You can place it at the bottom of the deck and then you draw a card. Very useful. Ben forgets to draw here. He draws his card. Now he searches a Poly and another Pfeiffer card due to Patchwork. Really awesome card for Fluffles. Hopefully I'll be able to put that together for you guys sooner than later one day in order to put that on the channel. Just stay tuned. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe we'll get there when we get there. In response to Ben's fusion summon, I use Final Battle in order to flip up Guru. Benjamin now uses the effect of Mirror Jade to send for a cost to banish a card. I will chain the effect of Guru in order to book both. I'll say either way, one Guru was going to die. Just let it be the one that I illegally searched. But it's okay. We move past it. It happens. And we go ahead and use the effect of Guru to search the Fiendus. Boy, Benjamin is thinking about what to do next. He's still holding on to that Super Poly. I was like, luckily I knew he had it. He showed it to me for a quick glance. But now he used the effect of the field spell. Choosing to use the effect of the field spell. Sorry. It's a fusion summon. Still thinking it up over there. He goes into battle. Swings into the Archer with a Luber. I'll let that go through. He allows me to use the effect of Archer to special summon a Subterror from the deck in face down or face up position if it is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon another Guru. Draw for turn. Have to show him my next 3 draws due to Eradicator Epidemic Virus. See, I draw Ash. So I'll go ahead and put that up top. It's on turn 1. 2 more turns with no traps. But it is okay, because from now on, if I search a trap card, like Final Battle or whatnot have you, it is not affected by the Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Benjamin goes to try and Super Poly here, gets rid of the Frightful Chain to fuse my 2 Subterror Gurus. And I think he realizes at that point he does not have any targets, because I know Garura says same stats, but they have to be with different names. I think Ben was thinking of the Mud Dragon here. Don't think he had the Mud Dragon at the time, or if he runs it at all. Don't think he even runs Mud Dragon, but Mud Dragon definitely would have been a different target for the Super Poly. So luckily I was safe. I would have been in a very difficult position if he did have the Mud Dragon, but we live and we learn, and we move on. Here I go ahead and bring the lore back to hand and activate it once again to protect my 1 measly little trap card. But it's all good here. We think of what to do next. We go ahead and move into battle. We use the, well, before we move into battle, we use the effective Guru, I believe, to target himself, and another card to set. We would target the Libellion to set it. Benjamin thinking about using the Branded in red, and he does, to fusion summon, and I will attempt to negate with Fiendus here. And then I forget as well that I cannot respond to Ben's fusion summons because of Branded Lost. Another misplay on my part, but it is okay. We let it resolve. We see what happens. I believe he's going for the Chimera here. I believe he adds the Fallen of Albas to hand in order to fusion summon. Nope, it is the Aluber. He adds the Aluber back to hand. Thinking about what he wants to fusion summon, he goes for the Libellion. And I believe the Aluber he just added to hand. Nope, the Frightful Chain and the Aluber he has on board in order to go for Chimera. Yep. Chimera, when fusion summon, you can either pop 2 cards on field and draw 1, or you can pop 1 card and draw 2. Here he goes for the 1 pop and draw 2, I believe. He gets rid of the Hidden City, and then he goes for another Guru here, which is fine. I'll let that go through. Get rid of 1 Guru. And he draws a card. I check his grave to make sure what he has. Because right here, I believe where I looked at his grave to see if he had a poly engrave, because I knew I could target it, because if there's a polymerization engrave, Chimera cannot be targeted by card effects. I'm thinking about the move I'm going to make after Ben resolves the effect of loss to add a Fallen of Albas to hand to see fusion summon a monster. A little bit late, but it's all good. I let it resolve. And after that, here's where I go for the play to try and take the Chimera. I go normal summon the Fiendus here. Ben allows it to resolve. Even though Fiendus has an effect that she can set herself. She can target, not herself, she can target a monster I control, set it, and then I can special summon a Subterror from hand or graveyard. This would have been a good time for Ben to Super Poly using the Garura, which I was waiting on, but for some reason he didn't do it. I was like, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure Garura says 2 monsters with same type, not same type, with the same attribute but different types and different names, I believe. But I go ahead and use the effect of Fiendus to set my Guru to special summon another Fiendus from the graveyard to keep a negation on field, and then I go for the Relinquish Anima to target the Chimera to equip to himself. Benjamin thinks here, because he forgets there isn't a polymerization engrave, so it can be affected by my Relinquish Anima. But Ben goes to Super Poly here to get rid of, I believe, the Anima and his Mirror Jade. That was set. To go for a Verte Predaplant. Ain't no Anaconda around here. Draco Stapelia. I was like, I'm glad that card is banned. That card has caused pain for too long. It had to go. And Mystic Mine as well. But that is another conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day. We won't speak on it. We will speak about it later. He goes into the Verte. I go to flip summon Guru. Think about what I want to search here. I think I chose not to search. I'm not 100% sure. Because the only thing that was hindering at the moment was the Draco Stapelia. I go in a battle here. I swing over the Chimera with the Guru. And damage calc, use the effect of the final battle in order to make Guru 3400. And Ben will take a measly 100 points of damage. Because Verte is a 33 big boy. And since a fusion was destroyed, he uses the effect of the Fusion Theater to special summon a level 8 or higher fusion monster from the graveyard. I believe it's 8 or higher. I don't believe it's just level 8. I'm not 100% sure on that. Comment down below and let me know, people. And since I dealt damage, I'm using the effect of the Cave Clash to add any Subterror card from graveyard to the hand. I believe I add another Guru here. Went for another Fiendus, which is also pretty good. Go ahead and throw a card face down and pass it over to my man Ben. Ben knows he's in a sticky situation. He goes for the branded card again in order to Foolish. Place it at the bottom of the deck to draw a card. And hey, there's Kevin. Yep, Kevin did a little pop-up there, a little cameo. He also works at our card shop locals at Collectible Investments. If you guys ever want to stop in, join locals, make sure you join the Facebook page and sign up on the posting comes on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. Sign up. Hopefully we'll be able to get you in. I believe our cap is 20 to 24 people. But yep, go ahead and see myself, see Kev, the whole gang. And it'll be a fun, good time, I promise. But yeah, Ben goes ahead and sends the branded quick play and sends it at the bottom to draw a card. And then Ben, I believe he goes for a set. I'm not 100% sure at this point. I guess you can say he was in a sticky situation, but we will just have to see what happens in the future. I believe I was at 6,000 life points to his 37. Can't really see his phone. Screen was a little bit weird. But moving on. Benjamin goes for another Aluber. I let that resolve, of course, because I have the Ash in hand to stop the branded fusion. I'm not sure if Benjamin remembers or not, but I showed it to him on my draw for turn. And I said, go ahead, why not use it? Oh, dropped it. It's all good. Can't call judge on me because he knew I had it in hand. Use the Ash for the branded fusion. Ben lets that goes through, and I believe that was the third branded fusion. Little did I know that Ben went and sorry, that would be insane. He went and set the Deck Devastation Virus. Here he goes for the effect of Mirror Jade. Send a fusion to banish my Guru. And then I go to negate with Fiendus, target Fiendus to set. here, I believe Benjamin moves into battle. And then without the hidden city, I won't be able to negate and attack this turn. But it is alright because the final battle is going to have my back. Just waiting to see what Benjamin does here. I was wondering myself, little did I know what was in his hand. He used the branded fusion already. He got rid of the poly. He searched off patchwork. So I was thinking to myself, if he really had another summon, he goes for the new Ecclesia here. If he controls a fusion, I believe, or any extra deck monster, he special summons it from grave or adds it to hand. And then it has a quick effect if you control a branded fusion or any fusion that lists branded or fallen of Albash, you can fusion summon during your turn. It's a quick effect. It's pretty good. And it is also a level 4 tuner. Something I believe that we'll see more play in the next format as we get more sets in the future. And he adds the Ecclesia to hand. It uses the effect of the branded Destruction Dragon to add a branded spell or trap from graveyard to hand. Special summons the Ecclesia. Use the effect of Ecclesia. To fusion summon. Been thinking, big thinking here. I'll go ahead and use the effect of the Mirror Jade to try and set. On his end phase, he passes turn. Don't know why he didn't negate with the Draco Spell, but it's all good. Starting my main phase, I go ahead and use that Pot of Astrav. Go ahead and call it Pot of Greed because we do not care about the extra deck. We just care about the 2 cards. So it is Pot of Greed for this moment. Draw another city and a skill drain. 2 cards that are actually insane. But due to the Eradicator, it had to go to grave. I had to make sure that it did say cards that I draw. It does say cards that I draw or that I currently have in my control when activated is destroyed. But if there was a way to search skill drain, man, oh man. If there is one, please let me know, folks. Please comment down below and let me know so we can break the game. Because either way, Konami does not care. And I'm pretty sure they approve. So, Konami, if you're listening, please make a card that searches skill drain. Thank you a bunch. Go ahead and activate the Hidden City. Go ahead and add me another Fiendus. And then on here, on the resolution, Ben activates Deck Destruction Virus. So now I believe he tributes another Dark with 25 or more attack to destroy monsters that I control, including my hand, that are less than 15 or less attack. So that Fiendus that I just searched is gone. And he does get to see my set cards, but he knows what both of them are, which is the Guru and the Fiendus. Go for the Pot of Duality here. And get another Ash and 2 punishments. I don't know what Ben was thinking here. I think he was trying to chain the Ecclesia in order to fusion summon. So I let that resolve, which was fine. He summons another Tax Dragon. And I believe I grab an Ash here. Yep, just in case. Because I knew he added the branded fusion back from the graveyard. So always need that Ash on deck when you're playing against branded players. That is maybe the one card that they do care about. But either way, I was giving Benjamin a hard time with the Guru deck because the Guru deck is actually pretty strong. Go ahead and flip summon Guru here. And go straight into battle. And go ahead and walk over the Tax Dragon. Because I believe the Tax Dragon has 1600 defense. I'm not 100% sure. But since I have a set monster, and Benjamin also has a set monster, Guru is at 2600 attack. He uses the effect of the theater here to special summon the Aluber. And then main phase 2, I'll go ahead and flip up the Fiendus. For those who are wondering, the Fiendus on my side of the field didn't get destroyed because it was set. It wasn't face up when Benjamin activated the deck devastation virus, and since Lord was on field when Benjamin activated it and it was set at the time, it is not destroyed. So yep, sitting here under both deck devastation virus and eradicator virus, and still had a little bit control of the game. Two cancerous cards, literally, because they're both viruses. Jesus. But Benjamin goes ahead and normal summons the Fallen of Albaz for turn. Special summons the Ecclesia. When he uses the effect of the Fallen of Albaz, I believe he was looking for a target to fusion summon for this turn. Decides not to fusion summon, goes ahead and flips up the Mirror Jade. And then he tries to send Garura from Mirror Jade. That would actually be insane in order to banish a card and draw a card, but goes ahead and sends another Libellion to try and banish the field spell, but you can't, so it's only monsters, so he goes for the Guru. I believe I'm going to chain the Fiendus here, because Fiendus can tribute herself from the hand and the field to target a Subterror to set it in order to negate an opponent's spell trap or monster effect. Comes in handy a lot. Fiendus does have some good utility. And then this is where Benjamin tried to say the Fiendus died because of deck devastation virus. But since it was set before the activation of deck devastation, it is not destroyed because it was set at the time. It does say cards you control, but at the time it was set. I had a judge over and explain that to us. If we are wrong, please do comment down below and send us a link of the ruling. This is something that is very important going forward, especially for me playing Subterrors and or other people that are playing devastation cards, virus cards, whatever. Sure. But it was something that really was important because of the simple fact of between deck devastation virus destroying cards and Lord of Heavily Prison protecting cards. It was a really crazy situation, but I believe the ruling was in my favor, so the Fiendus does go through to protect Guru from being banished from Mirror Jade. Ben proceeds to continue his turn. I believe he's attempting to go for Ecclesia here in order to fusion summon. Gets rid of the Ecclesia and the Falling of Albaz. Summon another Libellion. And then I use the effect of Groot to target himself and the Mirror Jade to set. Benjamin still resolves the effect of the, well, I guess he just scooped. I guess I'm not sure what made him scoop then. I don't know if he ran out of targets or whatever, but time was called and I ended up getting that entirely long game one. But like I said, guys, stop by Collectible Investments, sign up, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.